Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to update you today on the Bitcoin correction. How is it going? Is it over? Well, I'm here to announce happily that there is a growing amount of evidence suggesting that this Bitcoin correction is over, a growing amount of evidence that suggests that the next move to Bitcoin should take us to new all-time highs, right? We shouldn't go below 57K again. That is what the growing amount of information, a growing amount of TA is suggesting at this point. So that's great news, right? We'll look into that. We'll then also look into the macro a little bit. Where are we on a macro scale in comparison to the last cycle, right? Where are we on Ethereum? Where are we on total 3 cryptocurrency market cap? Where are we on Bitcoin? And then also looking into the one chart that lingers as a macro threat right now. That's the USDT dominance chart. Why I'm not overly concerned by that chart, but why it's also a little bit of a threat still. So before we get into all of that, bit of a wide variety of content to cover here today, let's go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram just for 20-30 seconds here. Guys, VIP group on Telegram, we trade altcoins 4 to 5 times a week. We've got a 77.51% win rate over the course of 18 months. All of our trading results, all of our wins, all of our losses are listed in a clear, transparent PDF document. I do not hide my results. I'm very proud of them. You can sign up to that group if you want to. You get access to a group chat and a trading plan channel, a trading signals channel. So get into that if you're interested, guys. Let's get into the content here. We'll start off with the short term because that's probably the most pressing immediate matter. Guys, we know for a fact, and we identified this in the last video I made, but I'll explain it again today, that the 12-hourly chart on Bitcoin has been of phenomenal use for us in the last few weeks. Specifically, for example, we had a 12-hourly line, this one right here in pink, break down right over here on around April 12th. That led us to call the top of that local move. And from that point onwards, when we had that 12-hourly chart line breakdown, I actually called for 57K as a target. I thought we were going to reach 57K. I identified this looked like a double top formation. I identified many patterns of exhaustion. And I said 57K was likely. Now we came down. We reached basically 57K, and in the process of doing that, we formed a descending channel formation. Now, here's the good news. That descending channel formation has actually broken to the upside as expected, but that breakout is now confirmed. If we zoom into shorter term charts, you can see it's not only confirmed, but we've also seen a resistance support flip. So that's great news. And the other great news is that the 12-hourly chart RSI breakdown lines that we had, we've broken back into the triangle. Not only that, we've actually broken back above the triangle. Now, I've always taken in the last few days, a lot more weight to the total cryptocurrency market cap chart than the Bitcoin chart. And you might be wondering why that is. Well, I'll tell you very clearly. We know the 12-hourly chart's very important in terms of the RSI. It's led to 2 very major breakdowns on Bitcoin over the last few weeks. One of them from here and one of them from here. Okay, that's very much a true thing. But that RSI triangle is messy for Bitcoin now. The RSI triangle on the total cryptocurrency market cap remained, and the RSI triangle on the total cryptocurrency market cap didn't actually break down ever. In fact, it got retested at 57K for Bitcoin and led to a bounce. So one of the reasons I was confident that 57K was a bottom, well, there was many reasons, but one of them was that we had this 12-hourly chart RSI line on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart acting as support. We bounced off that level, and not only that, we actually broke above the triangle, which was an unhindered, unfaulted triangle to the upside. So we have a new situation for Bitcoin. The short-term momentum has now flipped to the upside. We're in a very good position here. We should continue to the upside. That's the general consensus. Now, there is one caveat, and that is that we haven't seen the S&P 500 break to the upside yet. And the reason that matters, it generally wouldn't. The reason it matters, though, is because the S&P 500 is forming similar structures to both total cryptocurrency market cap and Bitcoin on the 12-hourly chart, and it also has similar 12-hourly chart RSI lines right now, which is at the brink of resistance. So provided the S&P 500 breaks above this triangle and this RSI line, Bitcoin should be in the clear to make its next move to the upside, and it should be out of danger for any more further correction. So just this one little caveat here, this chart needs to be watched, but other than that, Bitcoin's looking pretty good. So the short term on Bitcoin's looking pretty good. And the macro is also very much intact. In fact, this correction that we saw on Bitcoin was optimal, literally optimal. And this is why I was calling for it for so long. We saw a correction that perfectly retested a 13-year-long uptrending support line, perfectly flipped to that level for support. Look at that flip, amazing flip. Not only that, we also flipped the bull market support band in the same stroke. Not only that, but we also flipped the pi cycle center line indicators. So the yellow and the green line on the screen, the yellow and the green moving averages on the screen, Those are very critical levels that we test in the bull market every single cycle around this time. What you'll see if we zoom back is we go to the price cycles, we go to here, 2016. That is a level we rode for support before finally entering the parabolic phase. The exact same thing in 2020. We rode it for support before entering the parabolic phase. And right now, we are doing that. We are riding this level for support, coming down for another retest before entering the parabolic phase. We couldn't have seen a better, more healthy bottom than what we saw at 57K. So let's hope that that actually was the bottom. The evidence right now suggests that it was. That's great news. But overall, Bitcoin right now, short-term, medium-term, macro, everything is intact. Everything is excellent. Now, if we move on to the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart, which is basically the total cryptocurrency market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, so the altcoin market cap chart, we can see that we're following the same pattern we saw in the last cycle. We have this kind of 5-step pattern that I've identified here. First step is bottoming out. Second step is seeing a little peak. Third step is going down, forming a higher low, and then consolidating sideways in our first consolidation pattern. Fourth step is seeing the second consolidation pattern and final correction before a parabolic move to new all-time highs. We are on step 4, okay? So again, it's a 5-step pattern. Step 5 is a parabolic bull market. Step 4 is the final consolidation correction. Guys, we are copying that exact pattern right now, and we are on the final step. We're on step 4, which means that on a macro scale, we are on the doorstep of a parabolic move to the upside if we're following the cyclical theory from last cycle, or the cyclical trends from last cycle, which into a structural trends from last cycle, which at this point we are. Ethereum shows us, Ethereum shows us the exact same picture. On Ethereum, we have a 7 or 8 step kind of trend here, or pattern. Step number 1 is topping out. Step 2 is dead cat bounce top. Step 3 is bottoming. Step 4 is first move to the upside. Step 5 is higher low. Step 6 is first consolidation. Step 7 is second consolidation. And step 8 is parabolic bull market. Guys, we're on step 7. So we're on the final step before a parabolic bull market on the Ethereum structural trend and also on the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap structural trend. So by all metrics of analysis, really, the cryptocurrency market in general, not only is it looking pretty good for short term right now, it also is on the doorstep of a parabolic macro move. Now, here's the one chart that is causing a little bit of concern for me, of just the one singular chart. That is the USDT dominance chart. This chart is a little bit concerning, I can't lie. Okay, so this is a chart that measures the dominance of USDT in the cryptocurrency market, which is a stable coin, obviously. And so obviously, every time this chart rises, it represents the crypto market going down, right? Because when crypto is going down, people sell their assets for USDT, and therefore USDT dominance rises. So when this chart goes up, it's bearish. When this chart goes down, it's bullish, okay? This chart is testing currently and has bounced quite strongly off of a support line that is stemming back from 2019, a 5-year support line. Not only that, but it's formed a descending channel formation on the RSI. This is not good news. A descending channel formation generally breaks to the upside, right? So it's not really good news here. It's not actually good news at all, really, for macro, because it does show a pretty strong degree of strength on this chart, which is very bad for the crypto market in general. This could be the bane of this bull market's existence, really. The thing that's going to really concern us throughout the entirety of the bull market. I don't think at all that me looking at this chart is enough for me to say, oh, okay, bull market's cancelled at all, because I know for a fact that RSIs can see deviations, and I know for a fact that we very well could come up a little bit higher and then reject from that channel level and then go downwards on this channel for months on end, right? I know that for a fact, and that could lead to downside price action. And I also know for a fact that if we invert this chart and we look at this 5-year trend line, this inverted chart is bullish, guys. This inverted chart represents this trend line breaking at some point to the upside. So with that said, I also know this trend line could break to the downside very easily in this bull market. So I'm not like super concerned about it. It's not something that's worrying me massively. It's not something that, is making me sell anything by any means. I still think that the overwhelming majority of evidence rests in the bull's favor at this point on both a macro scale and now also on a medium-term scale. But this is a chart that I'll be watching quite closely. And especially as we come back down and test this yellow line again, we really want to be seeing that yellow line break down to let Bitcoin and crypto have room to move. Because without this chart breaking down, there is really not much room to move. So very important that this chart does break down from this yellow line. Good news is we have actually seen rejections so far, even in this last week we just had, because we had a long week to the upside. We have actually seen rejections from the top of this channel, so we will, be able to buy ourselves at least a few months of parabolic upwards trend, maybe even 5 or 6 months, and by that point, the bull market could even be over. So look, we've got room to move here. It's not a massive concern, but it's something that I'll be watching at the very minimum. But right now, overall, it's very clear Bitcoin's in a good position. It's looking strong on medium term. Short term just needs to cross a couple more hurdles and then we're good to go. But the macro specifically is looking great. And this correction, provided the bottom is in, was perfect. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and check out the BitGet and BingX exchanges. Guys, you can check out the referral links for these exchanges in the description below. Those referral links, you can click on them. You can sign up with those links and you'll get 15% trading fee discounts as well as exclusive cashback rewards with that link exclusively. So check out that link. They're very good exchanges. They're both global, minus the USA for BitGet. And they're both very low in trading fees. They've both never been hacked before. Use my links down below if you're interested. Guys, as well, the bull market sale for the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader 10-unit course is currently active. If you want to take advantage of the knowledge in this course, if you want to educate yourself on the market so you can make more money in the market, this is how you can do it. This is a very good course, very reasonably priced, and actually exceptionally priced for the amount of content you're getting. So go ahead and check it out, read about it on the website. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you soon.